What's up YouTube? It is Captain Shock here. Today I'm bringing you a subscriber gameplay analysis video, and this subscriber is called Felipe. Now Felipe is using the NV4 setup that I recommended in the Elite NV4 setup video, and I will leave a link in the description. He's also using Blind Eye, Ghost, Hardlined and Hardwired. However, he's not using Dead Silence because maybe of his level, you unlock that a bit later. Now, we just saw his opening rush there. This is not a bad opening rush. However, you're leaving yourself vulnerable against snipers and LMG users, and they will have the advantage over you, especially since they nerfed the NV4. And look at that, he was in the middle there. He did well by going prone and anticipating the enemy. However, he didn't put himself at an angle, so he made himself open and an easy target to hit by a good player. Now, Felipe positively contributes to this channel. He is a very good subscriber. He likes the videos, he shows up in the comment section, he makes himself known, and he also donates, which is so kind. Thank you so much, and this is a result. I hope you enjoy this video and learn something from it. So he's in a power position now. His teammate is there as well. He does the wise choice of leaving the power position because you don't want to get too cramped up there. But now look at the minimap and look, someone entered the power position as well, so you have to be careful of that. And I like how he's moving aggressively, but that enemy had the advantage. That enemy had the elevation on him there. So right now I'm seeing his team, Felipe's team, does not have any map control. The middle is wide open and his teammates are patrolling the wrong areas. So if you give up map control, you will have a very hard time in winning the game unless you're a very good player and you can get your streaks very quickly and dominate the game through your streaks. So I highly recommend having that map control. And how can you have map control? Well, you have to maintain those power positions. If none of your teammates are in there, you have to make sure the enemies are not in there, or you spend more time in the power position than the enemy team. Now he takes out this enemy very well, and look at his movement. He's not moving in a straight line, he's just moving aggressively. He's using advanced movements to his advantage, and look at that, straight to prone. He's using what I teach. And Felipe is actually a negative KD player, and he will lose this game, and you will see why. Because of that map control. Map control is so important, and look at the minimap and where his teammates are. So they gave away map control, so what's gonna happen? The enemies will dominate. Map control is so underrated and it is so important though. So credit to Felipe for sending in a gameplay that he actually lost, and it's not his fault. You can see his teammates are not helping and they're staying around the right hand side of the map. They're favoring this side of the map, and this side is the death zone. Now he activates phase shift, but he activated it a bit too prematurely there, and he engages that opponent. So when you do that, you have to remember and count 3 seconds in your head when you activate the phase shift, so you can have a better idea of where you're going to be rather than just coming out of phase shift in the open. And you see, you have to play this game like chess. You have to think of what's going to happen and think of your moves ahead. He went straight into the open with multiple enemies there, so he didn't need to push it with phase shift. You have to use phase shift very wisely. So you can see why when I say avoid the death zones, you have to avoid it, because if you favor that side, you will lose and you will die multiple times. Now he's taking out this enemy here in the mini power position, which is the wise thing to do. You have to always clear those power positions to try and regain that map control as well. He takes him out, very nicely done, and he's just checking his angles. Oh, do you see that? He pushed in with angles, he pushed in aggressively. He's not just running in a straight line like a zombie. So you can see Felipe is learning very rapidly from my videos, and he's actually using what I teach. So credit to him, you know, he has a very good aptitude for this. And he's new to Call of Duty as well. He's a fairly new player. Felipe definitely has lots of potential. He just needs to fine tune a few things. He just needs to get a little more experience as well. So you can see Felipe behind enemy lines, taking them multiple opponents out, and it's the correct thing to do. You need to play like this, especially when you're playing solo. You need to be that leader, because you can't depend on your teammates, because you can see, look at his teammates, they're favoring the death zone. But why? They're just going to get affected by it. They're not going to win the game. They're giving up map control. So when you see that happening, you really need to avoid this side. Look at this. In the death zone as well. It's not a bad angle here, not a bad head glitch. He's pre-aiming nicely, but it's in the open as well. Look to his right. To his right side is very open. So if someone pushed it, he would have been a dead man. So you have to be aware of that. So if you noticed, he pre-aimed in front of him, but nobody was there. So the enemies had to be to the left of him, which they were, and they surprised them. But they should not have surprised them, because you need to realize, if the enemy is not ahead of you or to the right of you, they're definitely going to be to the left of you. So always pre-aim and always be ready, and think about these fine things. It will take you to that other level, and sometimes it's very obvious. You just need to pay attention. And look again, of course it's not a bad area he's in. He's prone, very good. If you're on this side, it's not a bad position at all. And that enemy entered the death zone, and that enemy died. So you're seeing how the death zones work. So what Philippine needs to do is go and look at the map navigation series that I produced, and I will leave a link in the description for that as well. And you will see when I mention the death zones and where to avoid, and I will make videos on that again, just to reinforce that and make it in a bit more detailed. Again, this is not a bad position, but there could be better positions, because if a sniper pushed him on top of that silo, he would be dead. The snipers are very easy to use in this game especially. And instead of pre-aiming there, he should have just gone in the power position and secure that middle map. And now he goes into phase shift. He goes straight on top the silo, and it's not a bad. He planned it properly this time. He reached the top of the silo and he took those two guys out. So not bad at all. Now there's one more enemy here, and that enemy sponges and kills him. So that could be a combination of lag and latency there. But of course he was in the death zone, and I say multiple times again, avoid the death zone, guys. It's better to have map control. It's better to, you know, pre-aim from the power position rather than pre-aiming in the death zone, because you will die. You know, even if you kill two of them, you will eventually die by another. And this is a great example of why you should never be in those death zones. It's a very excellent demonstration of the power of that death zone, and if you give up the power positions and give up map control, the result of what will happen. Now he's entering the power position, he's making sure it's cleared, nicely done, and he's pre-aiming now. Look at this, see? But always check your minimap, because his teammate just died next to him, and of course that is the result. So when you're in the power position as well, always keep situational awareness. It is very important, and keep a close eye on that minimap. The minimap tells so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do leave a like, guys, if you enjoyed it and found it informative. Please share the videos, guys. It really will help me grow, and do subscribe if you haven't already. Take care. Bye.